For the first time in nearly 9 years, a Mentor Lake Catholic hockey game went to the Cardinals. This won 4-3 on Friday night in the team's annual non-league encounter over at Mentor Civic Arena. I think this is a good night for this rivalry. We've talked about over the last few years that this rivalry is no fun when there isn't that give and take. No rivalry is fun without give and take, without that prospect of knowing that there's going to be close games year in and year out. And let's be honest, there have been times over the last 10 years where you knew Lake Catholic was going to go in and beat Mentor. Some years it was by mercy rule. A lot of years it was 7, 8, 9 goal games, and it probably could have been mercy rule if Lake didn't go deep into their bench in the third period some years. That's just the way it is, and it's to the Cougars' credit that they've dominated the rivalry to the extent that they have over the last 17 years, winning 21 of 22 heading into tonight. That says a lot about their program's caliber, that they're able to have an arch-rival's number to that extent and show that supremacy, GLHL versus Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League, or going back to the old Red North versus Red Southeast days. Being able to be that dominant really says a lot about Lake, but I think it says a lot about Mentor here that they were finally able to rise to the occasion and get a win against Lake Catholic. The improvement has been evident in these games, this once-a-year meeting the last few years. Defensive zone play has gotten a lot better for Mentor in these games. They've been able to keep up a little bit better, and they were finally able to see one through on this occasion. You could tell that the energy level was not great for the Cardinals to open this game, in large part because the night before they played against Hudson, a very good Red North team, went to overtime with them. Explorers won that hockey game. So they had to find their legs a little bit, and they were able to do so there in the second period, getting goals there at the start of the second from Jack Heller and Drake Hamilton to make it a 3-2 game after falling behind 2-1 there in the opening period. Good to see that energy there. I thought the Cardinals were a little bit more physical as the game went along, which was encouraging as well. And then the eventual game winner there, a power play there, and it's so important when you're able to execute well with that screener in front of the crease. Sometimes it's difficult to pull that off. You have to have a player with the combination of the size to be able to endure the physical punishment there in front of the crease as they try to clear him out there and allow the goaltender a good angle at shots, and also be able to have the puck handling and the stick sense to get the stick down for redirects if those situations present themselves. And Mitch Polton really did a nice job on that occasion. Alec Weaver threw a puck on net. Polton with the redirect there with the tip of his stick there to make it a 4-2 game, and then Mentor's able to hold on there in the third period. Great 19-save third period there from Jake Tackett. He had some rough moments there in the opening period and started to play a little bit better there as the second and third went along, and especially there in the third period. Lake was not lacking in quality in the offensive zone in the third period with 20 shots in the third period alone, but Tackett had a good combination of pad saves, body saves to keep that a 4-3 game and to eventually preserve that score line. And you could tell how much it meant to those Mentor kids to finally get that win. They celebrated it like they won something after that game, and it may not result in hardware per se, a title of any kind, but it certainly had a more symbolic meaning, I think, for the Cardinals to be able to finally win one for the first time in 9 years. As far as Lake Catholic goes, I thought that the power play looked good. They can always rely on that, even when things are tough. They've had a rough couple of weeks here, obviously. GLHL lost to a previously winless Gilmore team, and losing to your arch rival tonight. That's a tough deal, but hopefully Lake with a young squad can bounce back and learn from this, and hopefully play a little bit better here in January and into February. Again, it's a young team. They're going to have their moments. That third period I thought was something to build on, and hopefully they're able to do that. But a big win here for Mentor. You have to, from a Cardinals point of view, they certainly have every right to be happy after a 4-3 win over arch rival Lake Catholic on Friday.